Leviticus chapter 13, we have she, Rapah, as the note for verse 10. We have Rabbi I Shani Kamsun Ruk Mutsrin. In the margin there, Chemishi in the margin, Qamatz Bazik as a footnote for verse 23, and Gi Vripti as a footnote for verse 33, Shashi Shlishi Kamsa Ren Sutsrin. That looks like a 3, so Mapthir in the margin as well. Shabi I Rabi I Kamsun when shoots lean. Another guess at that. Because this was in letters like that, I could definitely read it better. And God as noun and verb spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying, when a man shall have in the skin of his flesh a rising, a scab, or a bright spot, and it shall be in the skin of his flesh, like the plague of leprosy, then he shall be brought unto Aaron the priest, or one of the sons of the priest. And the priest shall look on the plague in the skin of the flesh, and when the hair in the plague turned white, and the plague in sight be deeper than the skin of his flesh, it is a plague of leprosy. And the priest shall look on him and pronounce him unclean, if the bright spot be white in the skin of his flesh, and in the sight be not deeper than the skin, and the hair thereof be not turned white, then the priest shall shut him up that hath the plague 7 days. They were Semites or dark-skinned people, so a white spot is not normal. And the priest shall look on him the 7th day, and behold, if the plague in his sight be at a stay, and the plague spread not in the skin, then the priest shall shut him up 7 days more. And the priest shall look on him again in the 7th day, and behold, if the plague be somewhat dark, and the plague spread not in the skin, the priest shall pronounce him clean. It is but a scab, and he shall wash his clothes and be clean. But if the scab spread much abroad in the skin, after that he hath been seen of the priest for his cleansing, he shall be seen of the priest again. And if the priest see that, behold, the scab spreadeth in the skin, and the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a leprosy. Now, shaman, witch doctor is not an appropriate term, but those sorts of figures, religion and medicine and other stuff wasn't separate. Spread in the skin, the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is leprosy. And when the plague of leprosy is in a man, then he shall be brought unto the priest, and the priest shall see him. And behold, if the rising be white in the skin, and it have turned the hair white, and there be quick raw flesh in the uprising, it's an old leprosy in the skin of its flesh, and the priest shall pronounce him unclean, and shall not shut him up, for he is unclean. And if a leprosy break out abroad in the skin, and the leprosy cover all the skin of him that hath the plague, from his head even to his foot, wheresoever the priest looketh, then the priest shall consider, and behold, if the leprosy have covered all his flesh, he shall pronounce him clean that hath the plague. It is all turned white, he is clean. But when raw flesh appeareth in him, he shall be unclean, and the priest shall see the raw flesh and pronounce him to be unclean. For the raw flesh is unclean, it is a leprosy. Or if the raw flesh turn again, and he be changed into white, he shall come unto the priest, and the priest shall see him, and behold, if the plague be turned into white, then the priest shall pronounce him clean that hath the plague, he is clean. Well, hath the plague. The flesh also, in which even the skin thereof was a boil, and is healed. And in the place of the boil there be a white rising, or a bright spot, white and somewhat reddish, and it be showed the priest, and if, when the priest seeth it, behold, be in the sight lower than the skin, and the hair thereof be turned white, and the priest shall pronounce him unclean, it is a plague of leprosy broken out of the boil, and if the priest look on it, and behold, there be no white hairs therein, and if it be not lower than the skin, but be somewhat dark, then the priest shall shut him up 7 days, and if be spread much abroad in the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean, it is a plague. But if the bright spot stay in his place, and spread not, it is a burning boil, and the priest shall pronounce him clean. Or if there be any flesh in the skin, whereof there is a hot burning, and a quick flesh that burneth, have a white bright spot, somewhat reddish or white, then the priest shall look upon it, and behold, if the hair in the bright spot be turned white, and if it be in sight deeper than the skin, it is a leprosy broken out of the burning. Wherefore the priest shall pronounce him unclean, it is a plague of leprosy. But if the priest look on it, and behold, there be no white hair in the bright spot, and it be no lower than the other skin, but be somewhat dark, then the priest shall shut him up 7 days, and the priest shall look upon him the 7th day, and if it be spread much abroad in the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean, it is the plague of leprosy. And if the bright spot stay in his place, and spread not in the skin, but it be somewhat dark, it is a rising of the burning, and the priest shall pronounce him clean, for it is an inflammation of the burning. If a man or woman have a plague upon the head or the beard, then the priest shall see the plague, and behold, if it be in sight deeper than the skin, and there be in it a yellow thin hair, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a dry scall, even leprosy, upon the head or beard. Whether it be in the warp or woof of linen, or of woolen, whether in a skin, or in anything made of skin, and if the plague be greenish or reddish in the garment, or in the skin, either in the warp, or in the woof, or in anything of skin, it is a plague of leprosy, and it shall be showed unto the priest, and the priest shall look upon the plague, and shut up that which hath the plague 7 days, and he shall look on the plagues the 7th day. If the plague be spread in the garment, either in the warp, or in the woof, or in the skin, or in any work that is made of skin, the plague is a fretting leprosy, it is unclean. He shall therefore burn that garment, whether warp or woof, in woolen or linen, or in anything of skin, whether the plague is, for it is a fretting leprosy, it shall be burnt in the fire. And if the priest shall look, and behold, the plague be not spread in the garment, either in the warp, or in the woof, or in anything of skin, then the priest shall command that they wash the thing wherein the plague is, and he shall shut it up 7 days more, and the priest shall look on the plague after that it is washed, and behold, if the plague have not changed his color, and the plague be not spread, it is unclean, thou shalt burn it in the fire, it is a fret on its inside, or on its outside. And if the priest look, and behold, the plague be somewhat dark after the washing of it, then he shall rend it out of the garment, or out of the skin, or out of the warp, or out of the woof. And if it appear still in the garment, either in the warp, or in the woof, or in anything of skin, it is a spreading plague, thou shalt burn that wherein the plague is with fire. And the garment, either warp or woof, or whatsoever thing of skin it be, which thou shalt wash, if the plague be departed from them, then it shall be washed the second time, and it shall be clean. This is the law of the plague of leprosy in a garment of woolen or linen, either in the warp or the woof or anything of skin, to pronounce it clean or to pronounce it unclean. Now, one of the things that we see here is this, well, we don't see it here, but the mixed fabric. Biblically, people don't wear mixed fabric, and Christians need to admit that Jesus, according to the Bible, did not come to change any of the laws. So all this stuff, if the Bible's supposed to be the Word of God, you got to accept that these are your rules. Arb is pleasant or sweet, mingled, a mixture, transversed, mixed race. So originally Arab meant mixed race. Just plain R is enemy, because of course the Jews at the time were referring to everybody that was not an Israelite or not of the tribe of Judah, even as if they were automatically an enemy, automatically Goyim, and that's not true. Arur means blind. It means put out, hide, leather, skin, husk, chaff, naked, wake, raise, master. You see, that's one of the issues. The language wasn't as precise as we would like it to be. Weedber Yahweh al-Masha, wal Ahran Lamer Adam Ki Yahya Bauer Bashru Shat Au Subchit Au Bahrat Wahyah Bauer Bashru Lenga Zrat Wabba al Ahran Hakan Au al Achid Mabnu Hek Hanim Burah Hekhan at Hanga Bauer Hepshur Wishar Benga Hepak Liban Wimra Henga Amak Maurn Bashru Naga Srat Huwa Warahu Hakan Wathma Atu Wam Bahrat Libna Huwa Bauer Bashru Wamak Ein Mirah Man Hawar Wush Arah La Hapak Liban Wasagir Hakan at Hanga Shabbat Yamyan Warahu Hakan Biyum Hashbi Wahna Hanga Ahmed Bayanu La Pasha Hanga Bauer Wasagiru Hakan Shabbat Yamyan Shanit Warah Hakan Atu Biyum Hashbi Shanit Wahna Kaha Hanga Wallah Pasha Hanga Bauer with Haru Hakan Mas Pachet Hawa Wakbas Bagdu with her Wat Pasha Tepsha Hem Subchut Bauer Atri Haratu Al Hakhan Leth Hertu One Rah Shanit Al Hakhan Warah Hakhan Wahna Peshta Hem Subchut Bauer with Mao Hakhan Tzrat Huwa Naga Tzrat Ki Tahya Badam Wahuba Al Hakhan Warah Hakhan Wahna Shat Labnah Bauer Wahya Hepka Shar Lipan Wamchit Bashur Chi Bashat Tsarat Nushant Huwa Bauer Bashru Withmau Hakan La Yusgrnu Ki Thama Huwa Wam Baruch Tibrah Hetzrat Bauer Wuk Sutta Hetzrat at Kul Hour Henga Marashu Wad Regliu Lekal Marah Aini Hakan Barah Hakan Wahna Kesta Hetzrat at Kol Bashru with her at Henga Klu Hepuk Lipan the her Huwa Wabum Huraut Bu Bashur Chi Yathma Warah Hakan at Habshur Hachi with Mao Habshur Hachi the Ma Huwa Tzrat Huwa Auki Yeshub Habshur Hachi One Hapuk Lelban Waba Al Hakan Warahu Hakan Wahna Nahpuk Henga Lalban Wahur Hakan at Henga Tahur Huwa Wabshur Ki Yahya Bu Bauru Cheatin One Ripa Wahya Bamkum Hashtin Shat Rabna Au Bahrat Labna Ad Badmut Wanra Al Hakhan Warah Hakhan Wahna Marah Shipul Man Hawar Wish Ara Hapuk Laban with Mao Hakhan Naga Tzrat Huwa Bashchin Prja Wam Urana Hakhan Wahna Ain Bashar Lipan Wushplah Ina Man Hawar Wahya Kahah Wahsagiru Hakhan Shibat Yim Wam Pacha Tipsha Baur Wuthma Hakhan Atu Naga Huwa Wam ya tamad habharat la pashta thrbat hashchin huwa with haru hekhan au bashar ki yahya baru makut ash wahyata machit hemkwa bahrat labna ad madmat au labna war'ah atta hekhan wahna nahbak shar laban bab hart wamrah hamak من hawar thrat huwa bamkwa percha withma atu hekhan naga thrat huwa wam yur'ana hekhan wahna ain bab hurt shar laban wishplah inah من hawar wahwa kahah wahsagiru hekhan shibat yam warahu hekhan biyum hashbiai am pasha tipsha bar withma hekhan atu nga tsrat huwa wam tchia lamd heb hurt la peshta bauer wahwa kaheh shat hem kwah huwa withru hekhan ki thrbut hem kwa huwa weish au asha ki yahya bu naga brash au bizqan bur'ah au hakan at hanga wahna marahu amak من hawar wabu shar sahab dak watma atu hakan natak huwa thrat hirash au hezqan huwa waki yara hakan at naga hentak wahna ain marahu amak من hawar washar shachar ain bu wah sagir hekhan at naga hen tak shibat yam war'ah hekhan at hanga bayum hashbiai wahna la psha hen tak wala hyah bu shar sahab wamrah hen tak ain amak من hawar wah tan lech wat hentak la yaglech wah sagir hekhan at hentak shibat yam shanit rah hekhan at hentak biyum hashbiai wahna La Pasha Hentuk Bauer Wumrahu Inu Amak Man Hauer with her to Hakhan Wakbus Bugdew with her Pasha Yipsha Hentuk Bauer Atcher Tahratu with Ahu Hekhan Wahna Pasha Hentuk Bauer La Yibker Hekhan Lishar Hetzhub Thama Huwa Wat Bayinu Ahmed Hentuk Wishar Chitcher Shitcher Tmuch Bu Nurpa Hentuk the her Huwa with through Hekhan Weish Al Asha Ki Yahya Bauer Bashrim Bahrat Lebnet Urah Hekhan Wahna Bauer Bashrim Bahrat Kahut Lebnet Bahak Hua Perch Bauer Takhur Hua Aish Weish Ki Yimrath Rashu Kirch Hua Tahur Hua Wat Mapat Benu Yimrath Rashu Gabach Hua Tahur Hua Waki Yahya Bakrachit Au Bagbachit Naga Laban Admadam Tzra'at Perchet Hua Bakrachtu Au Bagbachtu Warah Atu Hekhan Wahna Shat Hanga Lapna Ad Mudmat Bakrachtu Au Bagbachtu Bamra Tzrat Our Bashur Aish Tsarwa Hua Thama Yithmanu Hekhan Barashu Nagau Wathwa Asher Bu Hanga Begdu Yahyu Permim Barashu Yahya Perwa Wal Shipam Yatha Wuthma Thama Yakra Kul Yami Asher Hanga Bu Yathma Thama Huwa Beden Yishub Bachutz Lamchana Mushbu Wah Bugad Ki Yahya Bu Naga Srat Bamgad Samar Au Bamgad Peshtim Au Beshti Au Barab Lepshatim Wal Thamar Waltmer Au Bauer Au Buckle Malakat Our Wahya Hanga Your Qurq أو مدم بمقد أو بار أو بشتي أو بعرب أو بقل كلي عور نغا سرعات هو وحراه at هكهن وراه هكهن at هنغا وسكير at هنغا شبعات يم وراه at هنغا بيوم هسبياي كي بتا هنغا بمقن أو بشتي أو بعرم أو باور لكل أشر ياشا هاور لم لكا تسرعات مم art the ow ثم هو وش رف at هبجد أو at هشتي أو at حارب بتسمر أو بمشتيم أو at كل كلي هاور أشر يحيى بو هنغا كي سرعات مم art هو باش تشرف وات يراه هكهن وحنا لا بشا هنغا بمجد أو بشتي أو بعرب أو ككل كلي أور وتسوا هكهن وك بسو at أشر بو هنغا وسجيرو شبعات يم شنيت ورا هكهن at شري هك بس at هنغا وحنا لا هنك هنغا at عينو وحنغا لا بشا ثم هو باش تشربنو بجتت هو بقرجتو أو بجتو وات راح هكهن وحنا كهه هنغا أحري أتري هكبس أتو وكرا أتو من هبجد أو من حور أو من هشتي أو من حارب وم تراح عود ببجد أو بشتي أو بعرب أو بقل كلي أور برجت هو باش تشربنو at أشر بو هنغا وحبجد أو هشتي أو حارب أو كل كلي حار أشر تكبس وسر مهم هنغا وكبس شنيت with her that turat نغا Throt, Bugad, Hetzmer, Au, Hepshatim, Au, Heshti, Au, Harb, Au, Kli, Har, Luthru, Au, Luthmau. And I don't know what word that's supposed to be. An ein, and it could be a chet, it could be a hay, it could be a doll. At in the middle, there's got to be something else in the middle, but I don't know what's in the middle.